Whack your meats. This is really hard. I know nothing about cheese. That's following my gut. Hey, I'm Nick, and I am doing the expensive taste test with Cosmo. The rules are simple. They're gonna give me 2 products, and I have to figure out which one's more expensive. I'm peeking over and I see that there's a lot of food items, so I just think I'm gonna have a leg up on this one. I can see some seasoning on the olives, so that's something to take note of, and they're definitely bigger and more assorted. There's a couple different types in here. They got Kalamata, and then I don't know the name of these ones. These olives are much smaller, and there's also some oil on the bottom, which I wonder what type it is. So that's gonna be a key part of how I decide this. So let's try these ones first. They're kind of chewier than most olives, and I can't tell what the oil is in the bottom, but tastes like probably olive oil. Now I'm gonna try the bigger olives that have seasoning, and let's see. This is difficult. These big olives here taste a lot better, but for some weird reason, I think the smaller ones are more expensive. I'm definitely no cheese expert. This is gonna be tricky. I know nothing about cheese. Wow, they both smell. They're very pungent. Very pungent. That's good. That's like a triple creme type cheese. Just super, super, super creamy. I feel like this could be some fancy cheese. Or it could just be the cheapest one in the store. That's the hard part here. I'm gonna say this one's more expensive. Wow. I was very unsure about that one. Wow. Okay, good start. Judging right away by the look of the milks, this one looks a little bit more creamy, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. One could be creamy, one could be skim, and this one could be fancier. I'm gonna try this one first. Honestly, tastes like pretty regular, kind of bland milk. I'm hoping that this one's just a super blast of cream when I try it. Wait. Oh. Okay. This is hard. This one is much more flavorful. It's a lot sweeter. And this one honestly just seems like it's been super processed, and it's a lot lighter, which makes me think it's less natural. I'm gonna go with this one's more expensive. No! Oh, man. That's hard. That's okay. I'll shake it off. So with olive oil, I know that higher end olive oil, it might be a little bit peppery and sometimes almost kind of itch the back of your throat when you have it. I actually want to try it without the bread just so I don't have anything else messing with my head here. So first I'm gonna smell them. Right off the bat, this one smells more expensive. It's a lot lighter in color. Let me just take a little bit with the back of my finger. This one. This is a weird way to eat olive oil. Ooh. See, this one has that more peppery feeling on your throat. I'm gonna pick this one. Oh man, everything I've been told about food right now is just wrong. This is horrible. Right off the bat, when you look at nice meats, you want to look for marbling, right? And so this one right here, you can kind of clearly see has better marbling. I always whack my meats in videos. I feel like that's just not appropriate for here. This one, lots leaner. It's just not as nice of a cut. It looks a little bit sloppier. So unless you guys try to trick me and we're whacking against the wall, I'm gonna pick that this is the more expensive cut. Whew. All right, caviar. This is a big one. When you look at caviar, the first thing you want to see is those perfect, gorgeous pearls. You want to make sure none of them have been popped or have been broken, because that's going to let out all that delicious, flavorful oil. So right off the bat, I think I could probably choose without even tasting these that this one's more expensive. But before I say that, I do want to give them a really quick taste. This one's super salty and super, super earthy. And all the pearls are really, really well intact. As for this one over here, the pearls are super broken and it's a lot darker, so it's probably a different type of caviar. It's just a pretty sloppy tasting, overly salted caviar, so I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. Now we have a couple of red wines. This is gonna be an interesting one. First, I'm gonna just swirl them to try to see if we can like find any legs on the side, see how that works. Because honestly, I don't know tons about wine, but I know a couple things that I've tried to learn. So let's see. This one looks like it has more sugar, probably a higher alcohol content. That doesn't mean anything necessarily about price, so this is tough. That one's actually pretty good. That one's pretty tasty. This one smells a lot nicer to me, actually, and higher end if I was judging by smell. This is hard. This is really hard. I honestly feel so much like this one over here could be either super expensive or just $2 a bottle of wine. So that's what's tripping me up right now. This one seems like a kind of mediocre bottle of wine. This one seems like it could be on either end of the spectrum. I'm gonna pick this one. Oh man, that sucks. Smoked salmon, definitely one of my favorites. You kind of look at the marbling there of the fat versus the meat. And I think typically that's what you want to kind of go for. It's a really kind of clean fish. Although, again, this could be just a sneaky expensive one. And that's what's gonna trip me up. I know I'm gonna pick this one and then I'm gonna be wrong. So let me try both. See, right away you can see this one's much cleaner looking, it's much fattier. It's got the super nice fat layers in there. It's actually not as soft and tender as I would like smoked salmon to be. Purely based on just kind of the looks and what I would really hope and think the nicer smoked salmon is, I'm gonna go with this one as a more expensive one. I'm wrong, aren't I? Two very different waters, but they look so similar. Let's see. I don't. This has to be the hardest one. One's tapped, one's bottled. This just has to be a guess. This one has to be a guess. Purely by taste, I'm gonna go with this one. No, but tap water tastes better than bottled water a lot of the time. That's the hard part. That's the hardest part about it. This actually might be tap water. I'm gonna choose this one's more expensive. That's following my gut. I have to be doing that more. Maybe I don't necessarily have the most expensive taste, but I learned from this that I probably should just follow my gut a little bit more, because I really could have swept with the right answers if I just kind of followed my first instinct on that. This was really fun. Check me out on TikTok and YouTube, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to whack your meats.